In this video, I would like to show you how to do exponential smoothing. Okay, so we're continuing from where we left off. So now we have the dates, we have the passenger numbers, and here I want to generate the exponential smoothing forecast. Okay. And to do that, I also need to calculate the errors. Okay. Now to begin, I also need to have an alpha set. Okay. So I'll just click somewhere here, alpha equals, let's say 0.5. Let's just start with 0.5. We can always change it later. So, so now I have the forecast and I have the error. For simplicity, let's just say our first forecast is the same as our demand. So forecast for January 06 is the same as the actual sales, actual passenger number, 50,964. Okay. And then the forecast would be actual minus forecast. Okay, so the error will be actual minus forecast. So I type equals. Here I click on the actual minus. I click on the forecast B2 minus C2. I click enter. Okay. So as you can see, I have some weird looking number here. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these two cells to have the same format as this one. So I'm going to copy the format of this cell to these two cells. So how can I do that? I click here and then you'll see a paintbrush. It says Format Painter. I click on it, okay, and I click and drag over here. Okay, so now this format has been copied to these two cells. So what do I see here? Error is 0. Why? Because the actual equals the forecast. Okay, so this is our first forecast. Now our second forecast, we're going to say equals the first forecast plus alpha, okay, times the previous error, okay, and I click enter. Okay, so what I have here is C2, which is the previous forecast, plus H1 alpha times D2, which is the previous error. Okay, so this is my forecast for the second period, which is February 06. And then I copy the forecast error. Okay, I come here, I see that little cross sign, click and drag. Okay, so that's the copy of the same formula, but as you can see, as I copy the formula, the numbers change. Okay, so this equals this minus this, and then as I copy it down here, it'll be this minus this minus that, etc. So before going on, I just want to make sure as I copy these formulas, the formulas refer to this exact cell. Okay, so this cell should never change. Okay, to do that, I select H1, which refers to here, and I press F4. Okay, so this adds dollar signs, which means that this cell, this reference, will always be H1 regardless of where I copy this formula. I click enter. Now so I have this formula here, I have these cells, An easy way, one way to copy this is to come down here, see that little cross sign, and then drag. Okay? So I can do that. Or I can just simply double click here, and it'll copy everything up to the end of this column, which is here. Okay? So let's do that. Come here, see the little cross, double click. Okay? So why do I get the same numbers? Because I haven't copied the error terms yet. Okay? So I double click here to copy all the error terms. Okay. So now I have the forecasts, I have the error terms. Okay? But one thing, you see that you see these decimal numbers. Okay? So again, I need to copy the format. So this is the format I want. Okay, I click on the format painter, and then I just drag down, okay, all the way here. Okay, so these have the same format, and these are okay. Okay, so this is my exponential smoothing forecast, and these are the corresponding errors. Okay, so here we have the actuals, so let's add the forecast to this graph. So how do I add the forecast? I add the forecast by right-clicking on an empty spot here, select data. Here you see the data series. Okay, so this already exists. Okay, and then I click add. It's asking for a series name. I'm just going to click here, forecast. This is our forecast. And the series values, I click on this little spreadsheet sign, and then I click and select these forecasts. Okay. So now, again, I click on this spreadsheet, and I say okay. So as you can see, we have the blue line that shows the actuals, and the red line that shows the forecasts. Okay, so this is how you add a forecast to the actual numbers on a line graph.